trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record.
We are on Kickboxer, we are on Influencer, we are on Life Gurus.
Our parents aren't rich. We had student loans. We work 9 to 5, and we look forward to the weekend.
So if that sounds someone like welcome to the Noob Podcast.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we have our common friend, new guest, Kunal Patel here. And be like him next time when you come. He bring us chai. Particularly in a actual chai glass that they sell it in India on a chai stall. So welcome, brother.
Great
Thank you.
job, by the way. Great.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for chai. It's really good.
Yeah.
So because he was here, I wore the half marathon T-shirt because he's known for Gujarati Bug Mika Bug. I heard stories about him. He runs a lot. It's one of his passion, I would say, right?
Yeah, it was one of my biggest passions.
Yeah. And second thing, he used to work with Hershey, and now he's next door neighbor as well, right? Yeah.
Went to same high school.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Same
Oh,
high
you go
school.
that far?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've known him for
We
years
hung out.
and years.
So I don't know if you remember, but like randomly one day we were at Michael's after Garba, and he shows up and just sat with us for like 5 hours. Like we knew him, but like that's it. But we just chilled.
I heard about him first time from Mehul, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't know about him. Then Mehul told me you had chess. And you had motorcycle, I believe, back then? Or still?
No, yeah, I had it back in like 2011, but then I got in a little accident. So after that, I just like got rid of it. I had two bikes, but now I'm good with 4 wheels now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember first time I heard that any Indian around us had a motorcycle was your name. That's how I remember your name. Mehul mentioned it to me back then, and then later you work with him, and every time he used your reference. He whenever he's talking about you with me, he references as a motorcycle.
Now his brother has a motorcycle.
Yeah, his brother. But it's on the sale in case.
It's on sale.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's tempting.
I don't know if it's working. You can lowball, be like, yo, let me get it for $2,000, $3K.
Is he
I don't think so. It's working. He need like clutch replacement and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think my wife will kick me up.
I saw that Insta story where you posted that Porsche. Was it like a caravan, like for camping? It was like, so I think she replied back saying, "You wanna?" Forgot. Like, what do we do with it?
I think she said, "Do you want to kick me out as well," or something like that. Yeah. She knows I love Porsches, especially 911s, and like a camper van. Like that's just like a dream for me.
That's awesome, man. Camper van is pretty lit.
Yeah,
things to have for sure, especially somebody who likes to do a lot of hikes and go on just on the road.
Yeah, and they're really nice because like it kind of consolidates everything you actually need. So when you go from a house to like a van life, you only bring what you actually need. And there's a lot of my friends have actually converted to van life, that they just live in the van.
Indians?
No.
Okay.
Don't everyone. Yeah. But they're just so much happier because they're just, they can go anywhere and they have everything that they need in their van.
Yeah.
It is a really long transition period.
Yeah.
But once like humans were adaptable to anything. So
it's mind over everything. I follow somebody on TikTok. It's her, and she's like a solo influencer traveler in the van. Like she would go time to time different national parks. She'll stay there. She has 2 dogs. I'm like, damn, on the van, 2 dogs, and not like those small puppies.
Yeah.
Those
Huge.
big
I think I know.
golden retriever type of dog, like And it is amazing how she works full time she teach English or something. I believe, if I'm not wrong, online.
Right?
On top of that, she records everything. She edit that. She posts that, and I'm like, this is like a unique lifestyle,
it is.
He's also a photographer and videographer too.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Yeah.
So I do that as a. Go ahead.
The one first photo shoot that I remember of you is you doing Arpit's save the date card.
Yeah.
That's where that's the one that I always remember.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just knew you just run.
This man has a lot of hobbies. Like he
Oh,
used to
yeah, yeah,
dance.
yeah.
He used to be in
Oh yeah,
prostitute butt
dancer
shop.
too. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we,
Bro, you are full of surprises. I'm glad you came.
Like he used to. I mean, I think he's still into cars a lot, but he had
I mean, I
he
can
had
tell.
WRX. Is that what you-
STI, yeah.
STI.
Yeah. Yeah, so.
You can start talking about your hobbies. Then we have a long way to go.
Well, I wanna the first thing, well, the newest thing that you are trying to do is starting to coach people if they are interested in running.
Yeah.
So that I think I shared a link in our group on.
Eh.
'Cause some of us were. I was done with running. I was like, there's no way I want to do any more marathons or full marathons like right after the race. But there were few of us who still wanted to attempt at a full marathon next year. So I shared the link with those guys. I was like, hey, check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just something that I so when I first started I didn't when I first started for my race, I signed up for a race. I didn't know where, what kind of training I had to do. You can get a lot of plans online, but at the end of the day, it's not personalized to you because everyone's different. So I ended up getting a coach, and it was the biggest investment to your training because the coach actually knows you better than you know yourself.
Right.
So I kind of want to help other people out, like especially I kind of want to do more Indian people because I want them to actually kind of go out because right now in the running world, there's a lot of Dore people.
Right.
So my focus is to kind of help the Indian people get out, and if they like running or they want to try it out or they have no direction where to go, that's something that I kind of want to do. And I think I have a lot of knowledge from number of years, and I know what to look for, and I know how to point them to the right direction. So it's something that I want to just kind of do. Nothing, not looking to make a profit or anything. It's just some enjoyment, especially when you work with someone that, let's just say they haven't ran 1 mile, and then seeing that progression over time, it not only makes them happy, but it makes me happy.
Right.
So my first time, the first person I coached was actually my wife. So I wanted to test it out on her.
Right.
A few years back, and she never in her life had thought that she would be able to run. But I coached her, and she was able to run like 14 miles
Right.
Oh, wow.
on the trail.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's a good satisfaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you play any sports by any chance, or?
Right now I don't, but I used to. In high school, I played basketball. I played rugby.
Oh,
Um,
big guns.
and then I did a little bit of track,
Yeah.
but it got boring because it was just running.
Right.
Because I feel like when you're younger, you like sports is more better. It's engaging. It's more fun.
Right.
So I did rugby a little bit for 3-4 years, but that was pretty much it. After that, I kind of got into dancing. So that was my active
Right.
lifestyle, I guess.
Lifestyle. You're the second person I met who played rugby. The first one I met was at Pap Boys. It was a black dude, big black dude.
Yeah.
And you look at him like, yeah, I don't want to mess with you.
Yeah. A lot of people are big there, but I mean, depending on the position,
Right.
I was more the runners.
Runners, okay. But you still get hit though, right?
Oh, I've had some serious injuries.
Yeah.
'Cause of
That sport is wild. Sometimes I wonder how come NFL player gets so much injured often while rugby player they
Well,
go at it without anything.
The thinking behind that is that if you don't have NFL people go crazy at each other because they have the paddings and protections. So they're like, fuck it. I got the protection. So they go hard at it. Whereas rugby people, they don't have much padding besides the headgear. So they're more careful and when to how to fall and how to hit each other and things like that.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, the only protection we had was a mouth guard.
Whoa.
Nothing,
yeah.
nothing else.
Right.
So when you have less protection, you're more careful.
Right.
Yeah.
And you go for proper technique more than anything.
Probably.
Proper
Because I see the Rugby World Cup, the videos come to my feed here and there. And they all big people like go at it like in a group,
Yeah.
and then so much power. I'm like, how somebody's MCL ACL is not going all over the place? Is like, an NFL player just one zook and boom, out for season.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I was wondering like how the injury report is not as big as NFL.
Yeah, that's what. Oh, sorry, guy. Now the Eagles' offensive lineman Mailata. That's what he said in the podcast with Kelsey, because he used to be a rugby player in Australia. So he said, "I have gotten more injured playing football than my whole life playing rugby, because we know it's more organized chaos. We know where to hit. Here, everything is just a fair game. Like even your toes are a fair game. Like people get up to hit you on a toe.
Right.
Like they will get like step on you on a purpose to get
Yeah.
you hurt. Like that's not that thinking in when you play rugby.
Fair enough.
Are the workouts? I'm assuming are the workouts like drastically different? I don't know if you've had or if you would experience a NFL type workout online versus with the workouts that you guys used to do for rugby.
They're
it-
pretty similar
Okay.
because you have to be pretty agile in rugby, depending on your position,
Right,
obviously.
right, yeah.
There's in rugby there's like scrum halves, so that's your like line back in football. Those are the bigger guys who like go at each other when the ball goes inside the huddle.
Right.
And then you have your like fly half, which is your like kind of like a QB who makes all the calls. And then you have your like other like inside, outside, back, and then wing. Those are like your running backs and your wings. So it's very similar, and drills are pretty similar, yeah.
Okay.
But this like obviously strategy and rules, they're a little bit different. And
Right.
the biggest difference is that when you take the ball to the end zone, the closer that you put the ball down in the middle of the field goal, that's where you can kick. So like for example, if you're in the sideline and you go straight and you touch the ball there, you have to kick all the way from here to the goal there. So it's harder. So that's why you have to like kind of you have to have the ball on the ground. Yeah.
Okay.
I never understood rugby, honestly. I watch just highlights like one play, two play. I'm just like, yeah, hit him. He has the ball.
For rugby, I mean the New Zealand team. That's always they're the one always on everybody's feed. I think.
Yeah, they be doing that. Oh, God, thing like, whoa.
Yeah, we had that chant.
You did?
yeah, it was.
Wait,
it-
did you play? Who did you play for a club or I don't know if North
So
Penn had it.
before North Penn, I was in Lansdale Catholic.
Okay.
I went to like Catholic school all my life,
Mm-hmm.
up until 11th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So Lansdale Catholic, when I was there, I played for them, and then when I went to North Penn, I played for them.
Okay.
So it was like a club. It was never like JV or varsity.
Mhm.
So it wasn't really like back then. I mean, I don't know how it is now, but back then, not that many
People.
knew about rugby.
Got
So
you.
like it was like more like a club,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So yeah.
I know they're big every year. I think a big tournament happens at Clements Field,
Clements,
where
yeah.
they like
Yeah.
block the field, the roads are parking. They take over the parking from that auction house and everything.
Oh really? I didn't-
Yeah,
That's a
for
big-
one of the weekend.
Yeah, it's one weekend, but
Oh, really?
it's like very well prepared.
Yeah, they come on Friday when we're doing practice and be like, oh, we gotta put
Start
the
setting
marks,
up, yeah.
and they put the poles and everything.
Ah.
It's they put tent and everything.
do you-
It's heavy.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
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 But we never went to watch once.
It's fun. It's,
Yeah.
like it's crazy, right? I see that happen every year since at least last 6-8 years, and not once we're like, yeah,
But
let's
it's
go.
because probably Saturday you guys have game. It's during.
But they
regular
also play
season.
weekend, right? The whole weekend, and
Yeah.
we don't still go like one of
Sunday.
those days. Maybe this year.
Yeah. For track and field, was it high school or was it in Catholic?
high school. Yeah, it was at North Penn.
North
yeah.
Penn.
So I don't know if you know Mr. Jones.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. Because I did track and field, and he was the coach.
Yep.
I tried out with distance. I forgot his name, but the old white guy who was the coach in distance
Yeah, I don't remember him.
or cross country, I guess. But then the first day I go to training for cross country. The second day I was like, I want to do the other thing.
yeah, the sprints and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, we had Mr. Jones for that.
Yeah.
Like how long is cross country?
I think half marathon ish distance, like practice wise at least. I know they used to. At least that day I remember 10 miles, and I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, cross country is a more. Yeah, you see a lot of like runners in the ultra running that come from a cross country background. Not a lot, but like they're a good amount.
Right.
You know.
Also, going back to your fitness thing, not fitness, sorry, your coaching. Is it more people who wants to run longer or run more, or is it also for fitness people who wants to just get healthy?
Specifically, people who want to run, because that's what I like. And again, it's anyone who wants to run from 5K to like marathon or longer if they want. But I kind of want to focus on people like this, like people who are starting out or they've been running for a little bit, but they want to kind of get some direction,
Makes
things
sense.
like that. Yeah. General fitness. There's a lot of things that you can do, but I want to focus more on running
Yeah,
because
makes
that's like
sense.
it's like my
Yeah.
background style, and that's what
Yeah.
that's what I know about. So.
Right.
Are you planning to run this year anywhere, like big run, like marathon or?
This year, well, I mean, we're running.
I mean,
it's like
2024,
week
I meant.
left.
Yeah.
I did run last Sunday. It was like it was a free race, so it's just a bunch of So this is one of the main things about like ultra like running. It's like it's a mom and pop. So it's not so when you have all these like other like road races, it's like franchises.
Yeah.
So think of it as restaurants, franchises. But now these trail races that I run, they're more like a mom and pop. So you get the analogy, like, it's more, it's very close, very intimate, less people. So last Sunday I had it was like a free race where a bunch of volunteers just got together, made homemade food.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you just, during the race, you can have some food while you're running, or when you're done, you can, eat some food, and they're all delicious food. So that was the race that I did, and that was a 50K up in
Wait, what?
Potsdam.
50K mile,
So
bro.
like 31 point whatever miles.
So you did that just Sunday. You wake up and decided to go for it.
Well, I mean, kind of, but it was like a fun
That's
type of
wild.
race,
That's fucking wild.
You run what 10 miles a day every day?
No. It depends on my training block. So like, sometimes I'm running less, sometimes I'm running more. So now I had that race. Now my miles are a little bit lower, just kind of a recovery process. But then my next race is gonna be in April, which is a mountain style 50K, which has like more hills and stuff. But that's like my training race. So like, but my A race. So there's like different races that you can have in a year. You wanna pick what race you wanna really be good at, like your focus, your main focus, and then you have other races where you can use it as training race,
I
right?
see.
So it's like final exam.
Right.
Yeah.
You have like a test A, test B, and then you have
Yeah.
final exam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and then so July is like my A race, which is in White Mountain. So that's 50 miles.
50 miles.
Yeah, 50 miles. But
And uphill, everything. Go up and down, I
up
guess.
and down, yeah,
Yeah.
up and down.
That's
stuff like
crazy.
that,
And
yeah.
you run throughout or you walk?
So these races when it's running, I would probably put it under as a foot race. So you're not really running when it's uphill because it's all about conserving energy.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that's what I'm
So yeah, so
thinking.
that part you hike. You gotta like kind of hike with purpose type thing. You're not just there for a walk in the park. You just it's all about moving forward. That's like the main goal, and just not stopping.
Got you.
Not going back,
Yeah.
obviously.
Right.
But yeah, that's my next big race, which is in July.
Yeah, that is very big, apparently, because I did 13.1 and I'm like,
I mean, it's all it's relative.
Yeah, well, because I remember just before the race, we stopped outside and we had a conversation. We were gonna do podcasts and stuff. But at that time, you had mentioned something that maybe we were talking online, but you had mentioned that you want to practice on non-hard surfaces versus like the type of running that you do on trails and stuff. Like what were the I'm assuming it's the impact thing that it's more on hard versus softer soil. But
Yeah.
We took a complete opposite. Like we were running at what's the park nearby here?
Peace Valley? No.
No,
Fishers?
Fisher's Park.
Fisher Park.
The trail is relatively soft on the outside. Where then we picked another trail which was like paved trail. So we went the opposite. But why did you suggest that we should practice more on softer soil?
So I'm a big advocate on trails versus road. So if you think about it, we as humans, like when we first existed, there were no roads.
Right.
There were just woods and trails.
Mhm.
So our bodies are adapted to that kind of environment. These roads and all that stuff. It's not natural to us. That's one thing. Second is when you're in the trail, surrounded by trees, nature. It's a big mind thing. It makes your mind like it feels like you're kind of away from civilization. Not near the roads, not near cars and things like that. So it's good for the mind.
Right.
Just with all the oxygen within the trees. 3 is lower. The impact is a lot better because the thing is that in trails you're going up, you're going down. There's like rocks, so you're kind of shifting right and left. That it uses multiple muscles in your body, as opposed to road, you're just going straight. So we humans are not symmetrical. We all, one side is always stronger than the other. That's how it is.
Right.
But in trails, because you're using different muscle groups, you're shifting left, you're looking down, you're going up, you're going down, it's using different muscles. So it's not there. The chances of an overuse injury is a lot lower. So ever since I started running more trails, I have really never gotten injured. So it's been, I don't know, 3 years since I've had any sort of like niggle,
Right.
And I think it's mainly because of the trails. It is hard. It is inconvenient to get out there because you have to drive out there.
Yeah.
But majority of the time, like anything like that's a little bit longer, I try to go there. If it's something short, I'll just kind of go out the door. And don't get me wrong, road running is great too because that's where you can kind of do speed work. You can kind of just focus on running and just kind of zone out. Whereas trails, you can't really you can zone out, but like you still kind of have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Depending on the trail.
Yeah.
So, and I think also running on trails does make you faster. Yeah. So because even if it's a small incline and you're just kind of jogging a little bit, you're building a lot of power.
Right.
And you can use that on a straight road.
Because all these city marathons happen on flat surface, like streets, roads. So
yeah,
it's hard if you planning to run marathon, half marathon. I think the best choice is to run on the fucking roads.
Right.
It's not that you can't go run in trail, but I'm saying it's a different training. I assume, right? You
Right.
can take
Yeah.
their training from what you do and take it to the marathon.
You can. It's just that you can do both, and you can really get the benefits of getting on the road. Like I'm telling you, the hills really make it just makes your legs stronger.
Strong, yeah.
And then you can use that on that flat.
Yeah, I couldn't do
road.
incline, bro. My IT band was like,
For me, the hard surface versus soft surface definitely makes sense to me because I know my knees were not feeling the best after the marathon. Versus I've done like longer distance running when I was in the military, but it wasn't on hard surfaces.
it was on mountains
yeah.
or something.
So I don't remember my knee. Maybe could be the age as well. But
That's it.
I'm not too sure. But
Peop-
if I do go back into running, I think I'll probably follow his path and do more of trails versus roads.
Yeah. And then with trails, like when you're out there, you're allowed to walk. Sometimes when on the road, it's very hard to I can't, I got to run this. Like you almost kind of push yourself, like I can't walk this. But when you go on a trail, when you get that little incline, you're allowed to walk,
Right.
which is good.
Is there a time limit for your 50-mile race? Like, do you have to finish in 4 hours, 5?
Nah.
As an example, because marathon is 4 hours or 5 hours? Full marathon is like that 6.
Yeah. I mean, I guess every every race will have its own time limit because it's they're in mountain national parks. So every one national park is not going to be the same as
The other one,
another one. So depending on the race and all that stuff, it's going to have. I don't know the time limit of the July actually. I never really look at that. I mean, I tried. I never really look at that, so I'm not really sure. But this specific one, I know it's a very long time limit because it is very very hard.
And
Gotcha.
approximately you see a lot of people doing this, like when you sign up for this, or it's like 100 people max?
Again, so it depends on the race, but usually the number is a little bit lower.
Oh, less than 100?
No,
Sometimes it's less than 100, depending on the race. Yeah, which is why I love it because it's less people, right? And it's just less people. It's just every organization is a lot better, and it just makes it a little bit more intimate. Having it's like having an intimate wedding versus having a full blown 4,000 people
Right.
wedding.
Yeah.
And you're the bride and groom.
But then do they, so is it like when you go run this race, is it like every single mile is different, like a starting point here and then you end here, or is it like a loop?
It depends.
Oh,
Yeah,
it depends.
Some races are in a loop, some are out and back, some are
Got
diff-
you.
different.
Because in the mountain, like I'm pretty sure they don't have people standing for you saying make left here or make right. Like
No, so before the races, like week before, they'll have volunteers who mark the course. So they'll put like little flags or whatever. But majority of the time, I'll put the course on my watch. So if I make a wrong turn, it'll beep. So like the one in July is not marked. So that's they don't mark the course. So that's gonna be.
Is that part of the race that people should know the course?
You should know the course, but they require you to have the map on your phone, on your watch,
Gotcha.
and you have to have a phone. And they have a lot of required things that you have to have, or you get disqualified.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you need to have, like emergency bivy, range, water, sealed rain jacket, like because it's the mountain, anything can happen,
Right,
So
right.
if you get injured, if you fall, no one's gonna be there for like 10 miles.
Yeah.
So you have to almost prepare that you need to take shelter. Like so, depending,
So you go with all these things. Like let's say you get injured and you are the last one. Do they track you? Like they know that okay, this person is not moving. Do they give you something that can track that?
Some races have trackers. Usually lower key races don't. They'll have like checkpoints, and if they say, "Oh, this person hasn't come in," then But you'll always have runners on the course. If someone goes by like an injured person, they'll tell the person like, "Hey, there's a runner bib number blah 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 is down."
Yeah.
So they'll get someone. There's always
Ways
okay.
to figure it out.
there's always ways.
And
to
usually it's like solo run, I assume, at this point, because if it's less than 100 people doing their own thing, you're not doing like a couple of friends. Just
some people like to. Well, it depends. So like if I have a friend and like, hey, let's run it together. You can run it together, but majority of people they kind of run it solo. Yeah, and you can have pacers, which is a good like moral booster.
Is there a strategy? Do you strategize? Okay, I want to finish this random number 10 miles in this hour because the sun it's going to be the light or it's going to be the coldest. So I want to run more here. I got to do this many miles before sun comes out because I know it's going to be too hot for me or whatnot. Do you do anything kind of strategy?
Yeah, there's always. Yeah, I always have some sort of strategy. It's never set in stone because anything can happen. And in these races, it's not really about miles. It's more about time because 2 miles can be 30 minutes or it can be 15 minutes. I don't know, or maybe 45 minutes, depending on the terrain. So I always have some sort of strategy. I'll look at the course profile. Throughout the race, you have drop bags. So like, so there's 8 stations. Like when you do half marathon, there's 8 stations.
Yeah.
So we have 8 stations throughout the course. If there's like, let's say 10 aid stations, out of the 10 aid stations, there might be like 3 aid stations where you can drop your stuff, like your own nutrition, your own like whatever you need in like a gallon Ziploc bag. And that's collected before the race. So when you get to that drop bag or that point, you can kind of like, do whatever. So I strategize, okay, this from point A to point B, that's where my drop bag is. How many calories do I need? Which is the biggest thing.
oh wow.
Yeah. So like I have to like for me, everyone's different with nutrition. Like, I may only need 180 calories per hour or whatever. So I have to like kind of calculate, okay, from here to here, this elevation, it's kind of hilly, so it's going to take me a little bit longer. So I'll calculate this is how many calories I will need. So you kind of do
That's
it.
insane, bro.
Yeah.
So it's more. I actually spend more time planning than the actual race.
Damn.
And it's just something that's you like learn as you go, because everyone is different. Everyone has their own set of strategies. There's no like
one fit all.
one fit all exactly. Yeah. And I feel like that has actually made me a lot better in just planning in general.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, you're doing
And
huge
the
races.
coach that you had helped you with all of that planning in the beginning, like the calories and stuff.
Calories. Yeah. So he gave me a good guideline. But after that, you kind of have to figure out how your body responds, because having too many calories in a long race like that can cause upset stomach.
Right.
And the biggest thing that a lot of people do in these races is they get nausea and they throw up and they just can't put food down. That's one of the biggest things, because it's so long.
Yeah.
Your digestive system just like after a while putting, random shit in and everything, it's just your body's not going to take it and you end up throwing up everything. And then what happens is that you can't take anything. You have no energy.
Do you take those goo thing?
I'll take some. Yeah. Not all.
I'll bring some next time, because I bought it and I
I
have
have
so
a-
many, bro. Like you can even use it on your practice. I have no idea what to do with those, so I'll just
them.
drop it.
Aren't you trying to do full marathon next year?
You crazy, bro? I was done with half, and I'm like, it's not that I don't enjoy it. The thing is, like you say, it's so boring. Just you have to practice, like you have to get into it. You have to run for 3 months for practice, and sometimes when you have to run alone, that's the biggest question I had. Like, how did you do it? Like 50K or 50 miles
So,
on your own? It's just insane, bro. I would go mentally crazy.
during the races, yes, you're running alone, but the thing is, like, these you're always running past actual other racers, right? So there's always people there. And then the biggest thing is the aid stations. The volunteers are like the biggest supporters. It's a big mental boost.
Oh yeah,
So
I know this.
so what I do is if I have a 100-mile race, I don't treat it as a 100-mile race. If I start, I make my goal the first aid station. I'm like, okay, this aid station. So my watch, I just look at my watch. I look at my watch saying like, okay, this aid station is 5 point whatever miles away. That's my goal. So I break up the big goal into small little goals.
I
So
see.
it makes it more attainable.
Right.
So 5 miles, okay. Get there, reset. Next goal. X miles. Next goal. So it's making it works differently.
Oh
for
no, that
everyone.
makes sense. Two things here, right? First, you are passionate about what you're doing. Second thing, you actually put time and effort on doing all this, calculation of your calories, figuring out how to go through it. For me and for him, it was more like, he ran more than me, but we didn't plan nothing. We just we have to run.
We've all been there, man. I've been there too. It's all right.
So, and then at some point, he's not available, the other people not available for run, and you're like, do I want to go run? I need to run because if I don't practice, I may not even able to finish. And when you go run alone, I lost my mind. I'm like, you can't do this. I think it happened to you too as well, right? Once when you were at Valley Forge.
run. Yeah. Do you guys listen to music or anything on your long races? No, nothing.
He's just like that guy. What's
David
his-
Goggins.
David Goggins.
So are you
Stay hard.
are you always thinking what's coming next, or what is it like? How do you keep your mind so occupied, or not so occupied, so you're not thinking I still got 29 more miles to go, or that kind of thinking?
Yeah, I get that question a lot, because a lot of people listen to music when they are doing these long races, especially 100 miles, being outside for 24 plus hours. So I always get questions oh, what do you listen to? What kind of pop? I was like, yeah, I don't listen to anything. It's just me and myself. That's it. And they just get really surprised,
He is
Yo,
local
but-
Goggins. What's his name?
David Goggins.
Goggins. Because you know what he said? The video he sent me? Yeah, you listening to music before you start the game. And once you take off your headphone, then
What
what?
then, motherfucker?
Then what, motherfucker? Then it's you versus you versus your brain. You can't control that. I can, motherfucker. I was like, this man very different. That bro definitely knows where the iPhone 9 went. I guarantee. His speech are just next level. His motivation's next level. Like
He's
it's not
nuts,
for
yeah.
everybody. He's just insane.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I think he's
insane.
gonna outrun God in terms of how long human can survive. Bitch, I'm 1,000 year here.
Yeah, that guy is nuts.
Nuts,
Yeah.
What was? Do you remember the time or I guess month or year that really clicked? Because you were into more dancing before you got into running, and maybe even more photography before you got into running. So what was that transition like? Do you remember that? Like, okay, now I want to focus more on running versus all the other passions.
So I started with after I kind of wanted to pick something that I really liked, and it I tried CrossFit. I did that for a year. It was nice. But I was like, it's not really like nothing. The spark is not there. So then I tried boxing, and I was like, I did that for a year, and it was okay. And then I tried obstacle course racing, like Spartan races and Tough Mudder and things like that. So I did that for quite a while. But after a while, that organization, it was very money hungry.
Oriented, yeah.
So it was a business, and the races were just outrageous, very expensive, and it wasn't just the community wasn't that I really liked. It was too competitive. Everyone is so serious about themselves, and that's not something that I wanted to do. But that also involved running. So I'd ran like here and there, maybe once, in the weekends or so. And then I saw someone wear this shirt. It said Mount Tammany 10. Yeah, I don't know if you've been to Tammany. Yeah. So I was like, oh, what is that? Tammany 10. So I Googled it. And I'm like, looked it up. I was like, that looks cool. So I signed up. Right? I was like, it was, and that's when that was in 2017, I think, or 2018. I'm not sure. Signed up, and I was like, oh, okay. Now I want to focus on running. It wasn't, and then when I started running, I think that race really just kind of sparked just sparked it basically.
Yeah.
And then when I started running more and more and more, I was like, yeah, this is actually pretty nice. I had a lot of downsides where, in the beginning I had some injuries, but it was just, something I learned.
Yeah.
And then just kept on doing it, and I've been doing it consistently since like 2018, 2017, whatever. I think end of 2017. So I just kind of went into it, and then as I started doing more and more, just kept on like, oh, this is awesome. This is great. It's almost like you get like a runner's high type thing. So it's kind of like that.
Salman bhai ne kehta kick milti hai isse. Gajab, bro. That is. I mean, it's respect. It is not easy after what I just ran like little miles. I must say it's not easy, and it's a very tough hobby for sure.
No, it's relative. Look, 13 miles is still a lot of miles. Like it's you gotta give yourself credit. There's people who don't run, so it's just being outside. It's big kudos. Yeah. So that's really good. And again, it's all relative. Like there's people that do even crazier shit than I do. But everyone's different. It's relative. As at the end of the day, you just gotta like it.
Yeah.
Whatever you choose, you have to like it.
Fair enough.
If you don't like it, you're just forcing yourself to do it.
Right.
You're forcing it for the gram. You're forcing it for this. It has to be. You have to passionately like it.
Yeah.
You like videography.
Right.
Like you do other side projects because you like it. You don't do it for money. Because it just makes you happy. So it's similar like that. Cricket. You love it. So you're not there to make money or anything like that. You do it because it makes you happy. It brings all the endorphins in you and so.
Fair enough.
And another big thing is the community as well. Like you said, running alone. From time to time, I do get like it does suck.
Mhm.
So that's why there's a big running community that they will be like, hey, we're meeting at 9:00 at a park. Let's go run. So there'll be like 5-6 people just, just as a casual run / hike. You're talking, eating food, and you go out after and just with the, go for a drink or whatever. It's more like it's a social thing. as
Social
well,
thing, yeah.
You know?
I see what you mean. And you find this community like by joining these leagues or online, like
Facebook.
Facebook? Oh.
Once you start running, you start going to these races. You'll find
Make
people.
connections.
Make
yeah.
connections.
You'll make connections. Yeah.
makes sense.
And for your diet, I'm not sure. Are you vegetarian, non-vegetarian, or you?
Non-veg. So
Non-veg.
my diet is, I don't really have a diet, meaning I just eat anything that's balanced. So I'm not, I don't do keto or any like plant-based or anything. Like that. There's a lot of people who do that, but for me, moderation is key. That's what I usually live by. A little bit, too much of everything, too much of anything ends
Bad,
up being
yeah.
bad. So majority of my plate, I always have good carbohydrates. I have protein. I have fiber and some good fats. I mean, I just keep it simple.
Right.
I don't overdo it. But I just make sure it's a balanced diet.
Right.
It's not too much of something. But I do eat more vegetarian stuff.
Right.
I just for me, I feel a lot better.
Right.
But I do eat meat as well too.
Okay.
But it doesn't take over my entire plate. I drink chai every day,
Right.
every single day, no
Same.
matter what.
I think I'm gonna join your team now. I think this chai is magical.
Yeah.
We gonna run 50 miles.
It was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Really good.
More than good. This
The
cup, bro.
presentation. Yeah.
This brings back memories. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
this-
yeah.
I saw it when I walked in. I saw it. I'm like, wait, what? So yeah, this definitely brings back.
I don't know if he
memories.
still is, but he used to be a Bollywood buff as well. Like his favorite actor is Shahrukh Khan.
Oh,
Ah,
Shahrukh,
SRK?
yeah.
You're not into
I
like.
met him.
Oh, you met him.
Yeah, I met him September 30th, 1999. He's
He
he's the
remembers
biggest.
the
I'm
day.
Yeah,
I think you were telling me you have his full shirt that he wore. I mean, you wore, right? Or something.
I
along
don't know
those
about
lines.
that. I do have a picture of
Picture.
me and him
Gotcha.
together.
Got you.
Yeah,
That's
just
awesome. Where here in US or
New Jersey.
Oh, New Jersey.
Yeah,
nice.
New Jersey. Yeah. so-
Now he's a even bigger star than he was back in 1999, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
snuck in backstage. Met everyone.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's nice.
Do you still watch Bollywood movies or?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go see his new movie on Friday.
Donkey.
Donkey.
Yeah, same.
I saw. You saw it?
No,
you know,
I'm
you
gonna
didn't-
go
on Friday.
watch that movie. Friday or Thursday, depends. It's
I
coming
wanna-
on Thursday.
Yeah, I wanted to go see Thursday, but my wife has work the next day.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm watching.
But I
both.
saw Jawan, and that was very. I mean, in my opinion, that was really good. I liked it. Patan wasn't.
Nah, Pathan was okay.
Oh, bad.
I-
So
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. I just went for his support, but I was like, yeah, it's not that
Yeah,
great.
Jawan had a
Jawan-
good story. Like
Jawan
story in
was
terms of like good message.
Exactly.
Like more than whatever accent was, the CGI wasn't the best, I would say, but like the message was pretty nice.
Yeah.
But you only fan of SRK, I assume, at this point, not any other new actors, like you know.
No, I'm usually like I haven't really kept up to date with the new actors and new movies and things like that. I just kind of watch his movies and any movies, not only him, but any movies in the 2000s, the 90s. I feel like that's where the
The real Bollywood.
I feel like that's really,
Yeah.
like in my opinion, I feel like movies these days are
Whatever.
it's not that great.
Yeah.
So, songs are good, but
the love story is not there. If you into like all those, the connection movies, like you
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
that connection, family,
like
or,
K3G and like
Yeah.
DDLJ.
yeah.
They're
movies
the
like-
Yeah,
classics.
DDLJ is like my favorite too, man. That movie's pretty nice.
I love
It
yeah.
does everything. That's why
yeah.
action, love
Yeah,
story,
it's
comedy.
it's on Prime, and
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like bored. I just go and listen to some songs. I don't go to YouTube. I go to movie and like scroll.
If I start it, I end up watching it.
Yeah.
You know, the movie.
So right now, Twitter was trending with SRK because somebody tweeted saying that what's his name, Ranbir Kapoor, right? The one who did this Anima movie. Somebody tweeted saying he can do everything that Shah Rukh Khan has done in the terms of movies, like characters, but SRK cannot do the movies that he has done. Example, Animal or Sanju, and there was a couple other movies of his, which has a unique role to it. He it's a very unique role, particularly to the character. And Twitter went viral. Like on this tweet, like that was actually, you can see two separate fan base fighting at each other in comment section. This post went so viral, it made it to Instagram. On Instagram comment section, people are fighting.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that one tweet from some random person.
I gotta see this now.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, I don't know if you saw that, because
not see
people
that.
were going nuts at this.
Yeah,
saying-
there are really hardcore,
Yeah.
really hardcore Shah Rukh
SRK.
fans.
Yeah.
Same, like if you look at Salman Khan, like acting is okay, but like I still watch his movie just because I find him funny. You know.
Even in a serious mode, he's laughing.
Yeah. But then his fan base is insanely crazy.
Oh, they're another
Like,
level.
They will murder. They will, if you say something in front of their face, they'll murder, bro.
They're another level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
But best thing about SRK that I find is like he knows, like he says, like I have an ego because I know I'm the best. Because I work so hard on it, I am the best. Like I like the fact that he admits that he puts in so much work. That's why he's the best.
But I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan of SRK, but I do admire SRK because every time you watch his press conference, his interview, his answers are very wise. He's not just somebody who speaks from his ass. He thinks and chooses his words wisely.
Yeah.
That's why I like him. And also he owns IPL team. So you watch his daughter's movie came out on Netflix?
I've not seen it, but
Yeah, internet didn't like it, if you're wondering.
yeah, I saw the trailer and I was like, it's a musical. I was like, I'm not really interested in that.
musical,
Yeah.
I think what happened is, I think it's a family made movie. Like somebody from the family invested money, and it's not SRK production, but whatever. That's her niece, and she used all of those. What is it? Nepotism. All the kids in that movie are like background from the like actor or director or producer's kids, and people like, this is why we don't like nepotism, because they don't have talents and all that. My point is, I get it, but if my dad has money, my dad has built an empire, I'm not gonna be like, oh, let me work hard, I'm gonna take a shot. I'll be like, put me in a movie too, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I don't care what people say. In case you get hit, you don't know, you could be the next star. But see, she has a lot of resources. His daughter. The first movie, like there are clips I watched. I didn't watch the movie. So somebody said that I should be getting paid to watch this movie. So I'm thinking, like, as time goes, maybe she will also like become better, because she will have more training on acting. She will have more understanding of how to behave on the set or how to get into character.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. But I just never understand the concept of nepotism. It's just, if your parent has it, expect something. Like if you have kid and you are very well, build up your empire on whatever category, your kid is into it, you're gonna put everything in your power to make sure he get that too. So
I agree.
Yeah,
I
it
think some
depends on
people-
a sector, but yeah,
Depends on what?
sector. Like Arjun Tendulkar doesn't deserve to play in IPL. Simple as that.
I mean, that's my point. But at least he get the shot,
Yeah.
Like you can see Arjun Tendulkar was just a normal baby like us. He would never make it that far.
Yeah,
But because he's such in, Mumbai Indian released so many players.
not him.
Not him. So nepotism is real, and power and money always win over whatever the criticism comes. Like nobody cares. But let's see. I think I have a higher hope from Donkeys, by the way, because the director is somebody who made like Munna Bambi BS and
Three
all
Idiots.
those Three Idiots and all that.
Yeah.
So that director I admire a lot. So I'm excited to see.
But I'm trying not to go in there with the high expectations.
Oh yeah.
I tried to keep my expectations a little bit low, just because if it's too high, then you get disappointed, you know. But
I just go high. So
He just goes.
like
There are no expectations.
so here's the funny thing. I went to watch Animal, right, with my cousins in Jersey.
were you high?
Yeah. So it was me, my cousin, and his friend. Now the movie is 3 hours, some minute long, so long, and when the Bobby Deol entry happens, there is a music happening in the background, like his wedding type of scene it is. My brain totally skipped that part. So we came back home, and then he was on Instagram, and he started this. It pop up on his reel, and he was playing this song, and I got annoyed. I was like, "Bro, why are you keep playing on the same fucking reel again and again?" And he was like, "This is the song from the movie." I was like, "Which movie?" And then we just saw it. I was like, "Bro, I don't even remember when this song came in this movie. Like it just skipped over."
That's what happened when I watched one of the X-Men. I was high as shit. And I was like, whoa. And like we were in like the third or fourth row seat too. So everything was like so immersive.
Yeah.
And I forgot everything.
Yeah, same.
Entire movie. And I saw it again. I was like, damn, I don't remember any of this.
Same happened to me when I watched the Guardian of Galaxy movie from Marvel. The second or third, whatever game. The Batista was fighting, and I was laughing so hard at his acting. This is true story. We were on a reclining chair, same cousin. I was in Jersey. We were all high, 5 people. They all moved because I was laughing so hard. They were like,
We don't know him. We don't know him.
Yeah, exactly. And then I watched the movie, whatever. Came back home after a couple of months. I watched it and I'm like, really? This is all I watched and I don't even recall about it, So sometimes, like, I think when I pop a gummy, it just becomes extremely high and I'm just zoned out. Like I'll watch movie and then I'll go in my own thoughts.
Oh.
And then I'll come back to the movie again and then go back. So but with Bollywood you need it, bro. If you watch Animal, you gotta be
I gotta see that. I heard it's is it in theaters or is it?
It's still in
It's still
theater,
in
yeah.
theater?
It's the theater. But like you into like so much like women in power and shit because that movie,
I heard it's like pretty raw, right?
yeah, pretty raw. They did not hold back. They say fuck this, bring back
Yeah.
1700.
Damn.
But a movie overall, like I think it could have been 2 hour long, but Indian movie it's 3 hour 45 minutes earlier. Then they cut it down to 3 hour 27 minutes.
Jeez.
Is there any songs or?
So many.
That's
Oh,
probably
that's
why.
3 or
like 30,
yeah.
40 minutes just.
Yeah.
In the songs.
Like I think 4 songs that, and the songs that the way they made the songs, you can't skip even if you're watching at home for the first time because there is a bit story in it. Like accent, there is an
Oh.
accent scene or sex scene, why this happening, or like
Yeah, the sex
something
scene is really
yeah.
important.
That's what's trending on Instagram. So yeah, but
Like there's so many, like Dhruv Rathi made it, someone else made those video to how this kind of movie would never be made and all about that.
That's
but
probably one of the first videos I was wrong. I was on an agreement with.
you weren't or you
Oh,
were.
yeah, I was.
I
not
wasn't
in
agreement
agreement.
with Drew on that one either.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but yeah.
No, the way he said it's a disease for Indian Bollywood
Yeah.
by making this movie because it's raw and then women don't like it, like whatever those, what is it called, like feminism,
Yeah.
because they are using women as an object because same director made Kabir.
Kabir,
Oh,
what's
Kabir.
that?
Kabir,
Yeah.
Kabir Khan.
Kabir
Kabir
Singh.
Singh.
Kabir
Kabir
Singh. I don't know
Singh.
if you watched that, but it was the same
Same,
exact
yeah.
concept where women were treated as like objects within the movie. So that's what people didn't like it. Plus the accent is pretty graphic type of thing. Like but I like the personality that put it on the Ranbir Kapoor, bro. Yeah, like I was kind of impressed the way he acted out in the character with the style, his cousins as the bodyguards. Man, killed it. I love it. I would definitely give like good 3 out of 5 because of the acting.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch it then.
Yeah, because people nowadays the world has become very soft. So if you put something out there like this, they're not willing to accept the change. It's not like reality. I see stand-up comedians making jokes on women cultures, even female stand-up comedians in India. So somebody pick up one of the ladies stand-up comedy where she was insulting mans and her own dad, as in like not insulting but using them as a
Joke.
object, as a
comedy.
joke.
Yeah.
And the other guy goes, if this was funny and accepted, so is Animal. So those type of like people gonna divide based on what you believe in
Yeah.
and what you don't. There is you into South Indian movies? I assume not, but
I saw a few. I saw J Beam. I think is J Beam a South Indian? I'm not sure.
JBM?
J Beam.
Jai Bhim?
It's a really good movie. It's a
I
South
haven't
Indian.
seen it.
Yeah, I would watch it. It's very. It's a story on all like I don't want to tell you, anything, but I think you should. It's a really good movie. And I watched RRR as well.
I was okay. I
yeah, it
don't know
was-
how it won, but
It was all right. But when I watched JBM, I thought that one was.
I believe
better.
I heard about that movie. I don't think so. I watched it, but then that one coming out too this Friday with Duncan Salar.
Solar.
Yeah, something. It's like a KGF type of action thrill. Nothing, no story, just talk. You know, just like it's like a Marvel hero, but in a human face. Yeah. I mean, I fuck with it. It's a pure entertainment. Go high and you be like, yeah. You're like, that's it. That's right. Let me get the gun too, you know?
So how are you feeling about your egos? I see people are with them, without them right now. Like, depends on what happens tonight, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a pretty good run, but I mean, the last few weeks they've had. I mean, when they played the Cowboys, they played the Niners. They were playing back to back to back.
Yeah.
Niners had a 10-day break.
Yeah.
Cowboys had a 10-day like.
Let me tell you something. I don't know if you know this, but last time Eagles beat Seahawks was in 2008, and I was in India.
Yeah.
So you
It's
think
been a
that he's
while.
yeah, it's been 15 years, I think.
Especially with Hurts still questionable.
Yeah, he's still questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even their quarterback, I forgot his name. He's
Smith.
questionable.
Gino.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but their backup's doing really good.
Yeah, he's back. Oh, okay.
He's
Yeah.
been playing. Gino hasn't been playing.
Nah,
for a while?
Gino was injured last week against San Francisco, but their backup put up good fight. Like they lost, no doubt, but he was like throwing to Metcalf and the receiver very well. And it's a home game for you guys, or you
No.
guys? Oh, you
They're
guys
in
going
Seattle,
there?
yeah.
Seattle, okay.
yeah.
I mean, if Hurts play, you guys should win. Eagles should win, hands down. But if he's not playing, then that'll be like fair game. Backup. You know.
He didn't even fly with them.
Who?
He fly by himself.
Hurts.
Hurts, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He didn't fly with the team. He flew, I think, a day after
I didn't
because he was
Yeah.
still getting all the.
tested with their.
Yeah.
But it's
What is
crazy.
it? Concussion?
No, just I think niggle in his
Oh.
leg or something.
Too many tush push.
Yeah. What do you think about that play? You think? Because I know there is always a talk of that play being whether it should be banned or not.
Bro, it's a simple answer before you say. If
The-
you Eagles fan, you want it. If you anybody but a Eagles fan, you don't want it.
But I mean, we'll see. Because the quarterbacks, it's all because of the line does play in part, but if it's because of Jalen Hurts that
Yeah.
plays.
Oh, yeah.
So
You know who-
eventually you're not gonna have Jalen Hurts and someone who's not like Jalen Hurts who can squat 600 pounds.
Because yesterday one of the team tried it. I forgot. I was watching Red Zone and they failed miserably.
So many team has tried it.
Yeah. What do you think? Should they keep it or like NFL trying to ban that play because of the success rate Eagles putting out there, like 93% success rate.
I don't know, man. I don't want to say the wrong thing. No.
There is no wrong
There's
or
no
right.
wrong thing, yeah.
I feel it's a play that works. I don't know why you need to ban it.
Well, I've already told you my reason.
I mean, your reasoning makes sense.
Oh, my
Like,
reason is simple. Because Eagles doing it, ban it.
like his reasoning is like
Cheers.
the defensive player should be able to jump over the line if that play is allowed, which I
they
agree.
blocked it because I remember when Troy Palmer. I don't know when. I think they blocked it as Troy Palmer was getting ready to retire.
Yeah.
But back then, when he was in his prime, you were able to jump the line and block the quarterback directly. Like
You can
sack the
still
line.
jump.
Yeah.
You can still jump.
Mhm.
The problem is when you jump, you cannot
touch
nothing of your body
Yeah.
touch
yeah.
the lineman.
Right.
Because what happened is even during field goal or something,
Mm-hmm.
I realized because last week or the week before, one player successfully jumped, but his hand it touched. So they say that whatever I forgot the penalty name. I learned that day that there is such a penalty. That means you push the defender down on their knee.
Yeah.
That was the reason, and
So
then
that's why
that's why you. So you can if you would have jumped
Jump
without
without
touching
touching
anything to the before, like they pass the ball, and before they get up or in the moment, if you jump right at the timing, you will be successfully jump across it. But anything even slightly like
Just a
happen,
little thing. You'll
that's a flag.
Penalty.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think that should be the rule if you want to keep tush or tush push. Sorry.
So it's only for that play, right?
No, that's hard to tell. How you gonna like? What if they don't do the tush push, even in that formation?
I mean, yeah, last time they faked it, bro. They got touchdown out of fake
Oh,
tush
they-
push.
See,
Yeah.
there you go.
Because they line up as a tush push, and then instead of going there, he gave it to the running back, and running back won the left side all the way to touchdown.
Actually, they got a. I mean, last week they got a trick play out of punter as well.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
That,
saw
wa-
that one,
I didn't
yeah.
even see that coming. I
Yeah.
was like, oh,
I don't think so. That was called for.
Was it? Who
That
made the
that
call?
had
no,
to be
was it
called.
no, it wasn't called for. I think he just saw the no, it was Rams. Sorry, not Eagles.
Yeah.
So Rams played the same play, and the punter's like, oh, that wasn't called for, but I saw the opportunity, so I threw it.
That's a big kahunas, yo.
Exactly.
yeah, that was pretty surprising, just like the Philly special.
Yeah.
It was Rams actually. Not
Philly special is gonna be my favorite play
Yeah.
forever, just
Oh,
because they
that's-
beat
Fuck
the fucking Patriots.
that fucking play. I wish that day either Edelman stayed there or did not get injured, or the guy who just laid down on the first play by Slay or somebody. What's his name? He plays for Cowboys now.
Darius Slay.
No. Darius Slay
Your
knocked him
wide
out.
receiver.
The
Okay.
receiver who plays for Cowboys now. I wish he stayed up. I think we would have
Tom Brady
easily.
just can't catch, and my quarterback can. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, he just got
Secondary
lucky.
quarterback.
Secondary.
He can catch if the ball is deflated.
Yeah, that too.
It wasn't had too much air. Can't help it.
He still put up the highest number any quarterback in Super Bowl did for the records.
Yeah.
So
With deflated balls, obviously.
you got for the deflated ball one, you gotta watch
The
podcast.
Edelman and
Gronk.
Gronks. That was
so,
hilarious.
So Edelman invited Gronk on his podcast, and the way he does it is like when he invite NFL player, he asks them that, do you want to discuss about any team or game particularly? So the topic is just week 14, 2017.
specific game.
Colts versus Patriots. Let's talk about it. And that day, I realized how fun it would be to be a friend with Gronk. That man built different.
Yeah.
And they killed the shit out of fucking Colts, bro.
Yeah.
Like literally no holding back. Because the guy was keep Googling. They were like, search this shit. Like, tell me what's the number before halftime, after halftime. And they're like, and Gronk, like, you gotta watch this, the way he talk. I don't think so he give a fuck about anything.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, party.
No filter.
No filter. Party. He's like, the only thing I know right now is gold sucks.
I think he's a guy who would come back to NFL for the third time too.
Oh yeah, he would. He definitely would. I think I would love to be friend with him. Pretty chill guy seems like. But yeah, they definitely murdered Colts that day on the especially deflated ball part.
Yeah.
They say like they were just salty. They hated us for no reason because they can't beat us. It was interesting.
Well, what's your prediction on winning a Super Bowl? Do you think it's gonna be NFC team or AFC team?
NFC.
NFC.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah. I think it. I mean, it's very close. 40. I think 49ers is looking scary.
Yeah.
49ers looking scary, but I really don't want them to have one more because he has
You're
6,
gonna
I have 6, they have 6.
I just don't want Brock Purdy to win anything.
Yeah.
I can't stand him for some reason.
No, you don't like good players, bro. He's a
That's-
very hidden talent. He doesn't even talk bad about anything. He does not ask for flag. He's one of those guys. In the press conference last week, they were like, "Oh, you're gonna be the MVP race," and he said, "I'm just the guy who passed the ball and just watch from the back, just like the audience. It's supposed to be McCaffrey.
Right,
Like I'm not the one who's doing.
I think they should
much.
change it up and give it to a running back this year. He deserves it. It broke. Well, not broke. He tied with Jerry Rice, I think, finally on scoring points from non-QB.
You know who
position.
scored highest touchdown this season? I think, if I'm not wrong, don't correct the Raheem Monster or Monster, whatever his name. Miami running.
guy. Yeah.
In first 5 season, 20 touchdown. 1 season, 20 touchdown. Bro's on fire.
Yeah. That team is good too.
Yeah.
I think Miami is gonna take it, bro.
But I think their defense isn't strong enough.
I think that Tyreek Hill on one side, then Raheem on back end, and then there is third one, Waddle, whatever his
Waddle.
Waddle. This two runs like a cheetah.
Nah.
Like
All
one
you
of
gotta
them
do
has
is
to be
say-
like here.
And just
That's
throw
it. That's
away.
just throw it
Yeah.
away. He's like, fuck it, somebody's there.
But I mean, you can't count KC out as well. Anytime.
Nah, I count them out already. They're not making it this year because he doesn't have receiver. like he only tried to connect with his tight end,
Let's see.
and the other receiver keep dropping his catches.
Yeah.
By the way, did you watch that play where they lost against?
Oh, it was a trick play
Bills.
where it was offside, called out offside. Kansas City against Bills.
You have to watch this play,
No, I don't think.
Yeah.
bro. That play was, if let's say there was no flag on that play, it would have been #1 play of the season because it was the game is on the line, 30 seconds to go. Mahomes throw the ball. Kelsey in the center, like middle of the ground, catch it. He's surrounding like so active in the movement. Like even any player, I don't think so they would have done it. Like game is on the line. He's like, he looked back,
Lateral pass.
straight to his receiver hand, and he went straight to touchdown.
Open. There was no one in front of
Nobody
him.
was
What
covering.
yard
it.
line was this?
What game?
Yeah.
Bills.
Bills versus
Oh,
KC. Not
KC.
last week, the week before.
The week
okay.
Yeah.
And they-
one of the wide receivers was offside by inches.
by inches. Yeah.
So their play didn't count.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
And he's the one who caught it from the Kelsey and ran all the way to touchdown. And then the ref took it back, and Mahomes got so mad.
He got penalized, both the
Coach and
the
then
QB
for
got
saying
penalized.
bad shit about referee. So coach Andy Reid got up 100,000. He got up 50,000.
I gotta see that highlight play.
Yeah, but that play was
very
top
good,
tier, very good. Like
It was
and
so perfect.
no plan.
Besides
He
the
just said we not doing field goal. We going for it. Like who does it, bro? Like
Yeah,
one
that's-
mistake, the ball he did not catch it. The ball dropped, whatever.
It's a pretty high.
It's a
risk.
very
It's
risky ball.
very risky. Yeah. Wow.
But it was fun.
Yeah, I was kind of upset that that did not count. I was screaming like at my TV. I'm like, yo, this is the game, bro. This is the play. I'm glad I get to watch that live. That was the best play I saw this year. You know who else gonna in the line to win Super Bowl this year? Baltimore.
Someone won't be happy.
No, I don't care. Baltimore is for my division. Like I don't have division rivalry like Cowboys and Eagles. Like Baltimore want to do good, go ahead.
I just want Bills to win Super Bowl so our division become fully Super Bowl winning division. You know, but I don't think so. They make it. But how about them Bills shutting down Cowboys yesterday?
Oh yeah, that was unexpected. After what Cowboys came from,
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna put up some points.
I
not
saw some of the
10.
highlights.
filling
I saw some of the highlight replays. I couldn't watch the game.
Right,
It's
right.
really hard.
Yeah.
watch
No,
every
I
single
don't
game.
watch the past week. I was active because I was away for work and I didn't have anything else to do after work. So I was like ESPN.
ESPN,
constantly.
But I think Bill put up a big statement
Mhm.
by beating Cowboys on their ground
Mhm.
with I think 39-10, something like that.
Yeah, with the Cowboys at 10 and they're
Yeah.
37-39 or
37.
something.
Yes, if they were over 30, I know for sure.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Now they playing Miami one of this
Ooh,
week.
That's gonna be a good game.
So I'm excited, but Tyreek Hill is injured, so I don't know. I think next week or following week them two are playing, so I'm excited for that game. But playoffs, you know why I love NFL right now?
Yeah.
Because every game will change the outcome for somebody else.
yeah.
Oh yeah, always.
And who else is in wild card? Browns.
I mean, last couple of years they've been making it.
They make it to wild card, but they don't do good after.
Bro, Joe Flacco's like getting them victory after victory.
You guys ever been to any of the Eagles games? Like first
Not
Yeah,
this year.
Not this year.
last year?
I've been to every time they played Patriots twice. I think once time preseason and regular. I went there because I'm Brady fan, so went there.
Yeah.
It was fun. I like go to NFL games. I wish
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
I'm hoping Eagles suck bad, so the tickets are cheaper.
Tickets are cheaper.
But right now, it's
Not
so
happening
expensive.
anytime soon.
Yeah.
I went tailgating like a few weeks back. My friend Shivam, his uncle has his RV, and it's like decked out. It is the best RV. Like so Fox or ABC, whatever, they interview him every week.
Oh.
Indian guy. He has LCD. He has a TV outside his RV. TV's inside. Everything is Eagles decked out, and the license plate in the license plate in the front says "Cowboys suck." And he caters everything. You know, makes amazing chicken on the barbecue. Everything,
Right.
all food, drinks, and
That's
everything. And if he's
awesome.
drunk, and if there's a Cowboys fan, he goes ham at them. He will shut them down.
Wow.
But yeah,
That's lit though. We
Yeah.
went this year one of the tailgate. It was
Earlier
fun.
games,
yeah.
yeah.
Earlier
Titans,
games. I
Titans,
can't
I
do
think.
tailgate late games. So the weather cold and it's
Yeah.
not fun. Like early games, it's like you get to be like free without less clothes and you can throw football
Oh, yeah,
passes.
yeah.
And, just
early in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
early in the game.
yeah. The best one was the Lions. 10 years ago.
10
You
years.
guys remember that?
The snow game? Oh yeah.
That's when I got kicked out of the stadium.
Oh what?
They-
You went to watch that game live? The
Oh.
one that they played in snows that
Yeah,
McCoy scored like couple
Yeah.
touchdowns. Oh wow.
when it started, like it wasn't really snowing too much, but like it started picking up a lot.
a lot, yeah,
right.
I remember.
Yeah, so we tailgated, and then after that we went to watch the game. We were inside, but yeah, it was snowing, and they, people were throwing snowballs.
Yeah.
So I like, and there was a Lion fan, like down, right, like 2 rows down. So I threw
at
a
him.
snowball at him, and one of the security guards saw me, and they got my mugshot,
Yeah.
got my driver's license, put it into the system, and gave me a letter saying, "You're no longer allowed in Lincoln Financial. You have to complete this anger management course." Or something. I was like, bro, I threw a freaking snowball at a Lions fan.
Anger management. For
Anger
throwing-
management? Are you serious?
When Eagles were winning the game, what anger do I have?
Forget that. I did not see this coming.
From him, yeah.
Like not even him, like the whole story. I was like, he just got kicked out. But then the next part, bro, too funny. That was too good.
So yeah, technically I'm still banned.
Mm-hmm.
But like obviously I've
can
gone
go.
back. I've gone back, but I just can't do anything stupid because
They don't
still
want you
have
to catch it again.
they still
Yeah,
have
again.
they still have my stuff. And,
Yeah.
They still got your mugshot.
yeah.
So did you do the anger management class or
No.
Oh, okay.
Fuck that. I'm paying $75 for that.
That was too funny. I went to watch Patriots versus Jets at MetLife Stadium. I seen at least 8 fights. 8 fights. And you know that army song, the Ford must, like when Ford ad comes, they use it going home or something. There is a very, very one of
Famous
this
song.
unique song that's related to army. Every time fight happens, security pulls up and then they decide who they wanna kick out. So sometimes what happened, like he said, it was just one snowball and many people were probably throwing, right? It wasn't just you.
Right.
But he got picked out of like 10. So when you two are fighting, but I try to come to like separate you, I may get kicked out, but you two stay there. So that is happened in front of me. And every time they're kicking out somebody, people sing that song. Fuck the game. Everybody's like singing that song, like, keep going hard. So, and I went with Pinu, and Pinu's like, what the fuck? This is scary.
Best sporting event I've been to is Penn State game.
I heard those are wild.
Those are wild, yeah, for sure.
Just can't beat those. That feeling that you have in a student section, unbelievable.
The
That-
whiteout games?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that, and then when I went to the Super Bowl 2017 run, I went to Raiders versus Eagles on Christmas Day.
Mm.
That was a lot of fun. I was drunk before going into the game, so
But Eagles has a Christmas game this year too, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
they're playing Giants, I think, or something.
They were gonna win easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, the new giant QB, bro.
Is he good?
Yeah, he's Italian. You gotta see memes, yo. His dad is like,
Oh, I saw the memes. Yeah. Saw the
and
memes.
forget his dad. His agent is like,
It's too funny.
is that the guy who lives with his mom?
yeah, from the basement,
Yeah, from
or
the
something
basement.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
like Giant paid. The meme was Giant paid whatever their earlier QB was, gave him a contract of like
Jones.
Big-
Yeah.
it was a
80,
big
90
contract,
millions
yeah,
or
big
something. I don't know,
contract.
big contract. And then they ended up finding somebody from the basement or somebody who lived with their mom, and he ended up being good for them.
Yeah.
But that's a cool story.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, a cool story. You grew up as a Giant fan, and you become a starter for them.
Yeah.
And he lives
Yeah, it's-
5 minutes away.
Something like that. He's a Giant fan, and Jersey no New York no Chebi.
That's pretty awesome.
Same stories happening with Tennessee Titans QB, who's playing really well currently. He's rookie or somebody from third string, but then coach goes, "We gotta teach him how to slide." He's taking hits like he's made out of fucking metal. Like he just doesn't slide, bro.
Yeah.
Like first game, coach is like in the conference, like we'll teach him how to slide. Second game, injured. Because he was like keep
Sliding.
running to the defender. Like he's not like I go out or I slide.
Mm.
Bam, his ankle out.
All right, so I have a theory.
Mm.
I'm going back to Kelsey. I think super couple does not work. I feel like if you're a super couple, your career just ends.
And I think more of if you are loaded couple, it doesn't work. It's not super. It's just money
But
comes.
what do you
at
mean
some
doesn't
point.
work? I think Taylor
Like-
Swift is still gonna make billions next year.
I think, but one of them might not. That's my
Okay.
theory. Both of them don't have to suck. Only one of them needs to suck.
Okay.
I think same thing happened with Murray, tennis player. He married some superstar. I forgot her name, and his career basically went downwards. Aaron Rodgers' trajectory is the same way. I feel like when you have two super couple, one of them goes down. I've never found a sports couple.
Brady, bro.
I was just gonna say that Brady.
Both couple, like his wife made
couple.
more money than Brady rest of like throughout the
Yeah.
career. And I mean,
Yeah.
they ended up
They
getting
s-
divorced.
Yeah, they end up getting
Yeah.
divorced, but
So
they're
the marriage didn't work.
Yeah, something didn't work.
Yeah.
So remember our copy paste and FanDuel group that they like
They
you know
were seen
paparazzi
together, yeah.
paparazzi found him sneaking into Giselle's house at midnight.
really.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true.
I don't know true.
I don't
I
know,
saw
yeah.
the headlines, but it's funny. But I think more than super couple, I think in the beginning, I think they are in love right now. The Kelsey and Tyler. Two things will happen: they'll get married and get divorced after a while, or they're gonna break up before marriage. She's gonna drop an album and make even billions and billions more.
I read
Yeah.
that meme. It's like Kelsey is just a song.
Yeah.
He's not a
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Yeah. I think the way she's supported, like yesterday, she was at the Gillette Stadium in New England. She came to support Kelsey all the way. Like she's going every stadium where he's playing lately, even though. And crazy thing is, she been to all NFL stadium before Kelsey did for his performer. So that is a very wild stat. But let's see. Let's take a guess. Since we all talk about NFL, who do you think will win Super Bowl? Like
Super Bowl. That's
Yeah.
hard to pick.
That's-
Yeah.
it's just a random pick. Like based on today's stat, which one would you pick? Just
I mean, you know what I'm gonna say.
yeah. I figured, but Eagles.
Right. If not, then I don't know, maybe Niners, I guess, or Eagles. I'm gonna
Eagles.
say Eagles. Yeah.
Eagles.
Eagles.
I'm gonna go with Miami.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Miami too. They might win one this year the way they're going. Okay, we'll round back in February.
Yeah, I think playoff would be a better time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like the
It's
best
too.
you can do is
Yeah, it's
NFC,
too
AFC.
soon right now. Yeah.
And only a few teams clinched it so far. Like playoff.
Baltimore and San Francisco.
Yeah.
Baltimore is first AFC team. San Francisco from
And Eagles
NFC.
and Dallas. They both clinched it. Playoff berth, they both clinched it.
Mm.
Mm. Oh, okay. That I didn't know. All right. This was a good one, bro.
Yeah.
That was a great talking to you. Your
Yeah.
mindset is just like that white guy or black guy,
David Guy.
David guy.
David Goggins.
You want to ask a question?
Like you should change your name to like a Desi David.
JC David.
Finding him on Instagram.
David Goggins of
Goggins.
He
Indian
went from
people.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
went from
He's a
Bag
little-
Milka Bag to
Yeah.
Desi gave
He's a little bit too extreme, though.
Yeah.
He's very, very extreme.
Yeah. Like I say, he gonna
You know.
outrun like human race in terms of who can live longest.
Mhm.
The way he talks, the way he eats, the way it's insane.
Yeah, his mind is very, very strong. And
Yeah.
and I feel like with military background, mind
Right.
plays a huge part.
Oh yeah.
Like these races that I do, sure they're physical, but after certain miles, it's your mind literally takes over control.
Yeah.
When
I'm with
have-
you, man.
When you have a bad, like there's out of all the races I've done, there's one race where I did not finish. I couldn't make it. It all led up to like one small issue, stomach issue. Like I got bloated, but then when that small issue comes, your mind goes, and then it starts thinking of different thoughts. Like, oh, what if I have this? Man, I'm gonna. Fuck running! I'm done running.
Yeah, you get distracted
get
and
to
you get
your mind, and then at late miles, like it's really hard to explain,
Mhm.
but it just becomes really, really hard to get out of that deep
Yeah.
hole. And it does, it's perspective. It does kind of relate to life. When you're in life, like there's ups and downs. When you go, when you're deep down, everyone's gonna go deep down, and to get back up to bringing the light, that's what matters. And I feel like running does kind of help me with that, because I've gone through so many low points in running in races, and you just kind of be positive, and it's all about positivity.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to force yourself to think positive stuff to get out of that darkness.
Got you, man. I mean, you there, if I'm being honest. 50-mile commitment is just, you win
What's
at
the
life.
What's the longest race you have done, miles wise?
103 point something.
What?
I wanted that reaction. I knew the answer.
In a day or something?
Nah,
Like,
the multiple
Weekend?
days, right?
No. That one took me 103 took me 27 hours.
Jesus,
So it
bro.
was nonstop. Yeah,
All right, man.
it was fun. It was a very nice, pretty race. It was down in Asheville.
If I need motivation, I'll hit you up, I guess. I was like, bro, pump me up, let's go.
You could have him as a pacer. He'll jog with you. So there's a concept. I wanted to ask that question, but so that's what they do. Like for 10 miles, I don't know how many, but someone can come run with you to keep you company.
Yeah, you can have pacers come with you. I generally, I had a pacer for my first 100 mile because it was my first and I didn't know what I was doing. But after that, I just like, I don't.
So there was somebody who just ran with you as a, like, okay, I'll do it for you.
Yeah, they were like, there's people out there like, oh, I'll run 40 miles with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll run 50 miles with you. Because it's easy for them. It's just because you pick them up at later miles, so you're going slow. So for them, it's like a walk in the park
Right,
because
right.
they're fresh, you know. And I've paced multiple people, and it's fun. It's like a buffet to me. You go to all these aid stations, eat pierogies. It's
Right.
fun, you know, because you don't have to worry because your legs are fresh.
I think you should try. If I find the video, I'll send it to you. The one in Europe, you probably enjoy because those are also through mountains and bunches small villages and
It's
towns.
called UTMB.
Something I don't know what it's called, but I saw somebody made it. Whole TikTok is like throughout the day and night, and bunch of cows come in between from mountains and bells and breads, and everybody's cheering you up in the town when you pass through.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely pass you that video. You may like enjoy that one for sure. But he has a couple questions for you,
Yeah.
which he's been asking our guests lately.
Okay.
Just say skip.
Quick.
No, I'm just kidding.
Quick quick answers to those, like just words or one sentence. What's the best advice you've received?
Be consistent and do what you love.
Makes sense after all the talk we had today.
Exactly. For sure.
Have you received any worst advice?
Worst advice. I haven't personally received worst advices, but one of the worst advices that I've known is making other people happy and not yourself. Don't make other people happy. Don't live for other.
You guys do you.
He's known to be a nice guy in our group.
He's a people pleaser. That's how I get this.
Yeah,
We
'cause
just like to pull
you-
his legs sometimes like that.
You can be selfless, but at sometimes you have to take care of yourself as well too. Just don't please others, because it's not a very long term. Long term, it's not good for long term.
Yeah.
All right. Talking about racings, how do you deal with the loss and how do you deal with the win?
Oh man, win, in my opinion, is finishing a race with no injuries, and I feel really happy. It's a big accomplishment. Loss, it's like I said, like for that one race that I did not finish, it really did hurt me because it was my first race that I did not complete. But after time to time, it's like, you know what, people make mistakes. I make mistakes, you know, but I use those mistakes as like you use failures to build up your success. So
That's what's up, man.
All right, couple of more. What's one thing that you used to value a lot more but you don't anymore?
What I used to value a lot more before. I know there's this thing that I didn't value before, now value more now.
yeah.
I guess nature. I mean, nature and connections between your friends and family. But definitely, definitely nature. When I was young, I didn't really care for it. Now, like, it's one thing that that keeps us alive. Without nature, we would not live.
Yeah.
And that stuff makes helps me make decisions throughout my life. Waste less water, recycle, do all this stuff to conserve our nature because this is our home and we want to conserve our home as long as possible.
I mean, agree. This is all we know as a planet. Like, if the Earth is not there, I don't think so anyone would be here.
Right.
So,
All right, last one. Create one law that everyone has to follow in the whole world.
Run.
Law.
Run.
I would say follow the David guy, everybody.
Create one law. Just move.
Be active.
Whatever you do, just it doesn't. Yeah, just move. Go outside. Walk. But I think that is the biggest thing that a lot of people are not doing these days is not moving. It doesn't have to be running.
Right.
It can be anything.
Dance,
dance,
whatever,
cricket, whatever it is.
Be
but just
active, kind of
be
thing,
active
yeah.
because I feel like that is causing
All the other issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you more of a social media person or in social gathering? Like, if you had to pick one, I know because from 90s kid, I know I'm more of social gathering person. I'd rather be in person, chill with you, than be connected through WhatsApp type of guy.
Yeah, I'm kind of probably a little bit of both, I would say. Probably more of a social gathering because it's easier to kind of talk in person and stuff like that. So I'd probably say more of a social gathering for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. That was great question. Great answer, brother. Well,
Thank you.
any more?
I'm good.
Well, we had a great podcast
man.
with you. I think
Good.
this one was also really,
Very
really
good.
good.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
I
And you're
hope-
right next door, so we're gonna bother you again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No problem.
Or whenever you wanna come and share your stories from your coaching or anything like that.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll
Yeah.
definitely have you
It's
back
not-
in after 50 miles.
Yeah,
Just to talk about it, how it went,
Yeah.
and how you
Yeah.
feeling. How's the Joes?
How's the Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big traveler too. We didn't get to
Yeah.
that, but he's a huge traveler.
We'll save it for the next time because we need to discuss that for sure.
Yeah.
But for now, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Like
Thank you.
always, like, share, subscribe, please. I see a lot of you watching but not
We're
pressing
increasing.
this.
We're increasing.
Yeah.
We're at 80 now, right?
Yeah.
Hey, but I see a
81.
lot more watching but not pressing subscribe. Don't be rude to us. Just
It's free.
just
Most of all of you who watches are Indian. It's free.
and good, yeah,
And
and
hit that bell too, right?
yeah, hit the bell too, and leave it in the comment like good luck for this boy. He's running like
50 miles.
50 miles. I mean, I guess after hearing what he ran in the past, baby run. But nah, man, good luck to you. In case we don't talk in between, just hopefully this one you come out, on top. Hopefully number one as well.
Yeah. We'll see.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank
Till
you, guys.
next time. Peace.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.